Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 35 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Darlington Raceway for the running of the Bojangles Southern 500. It is our second straight retro weekend here in the Pokemon Cup series, and this time we're at the track Too Tough to Tame. The good old Darlington Raceway, the very unique track that's a very big challenge for many of our drivers, and it's always been a challenge with a lot of wrecks, a lot of drivers getting their Darlington stripe, and it's going to be crazy, I'm sure of it. So anyway, let's just not waste any more time and let's get to the starting lineup. On the pole for this race will be the 22 of Alexander Rowe, and on the outside will be the 17 of Matthew Mdev. Their retro schemes are actually from Steve Park and Chad Little. Row 2 is from Brianna Russell in the 10, and Derek Hamill in the 23. Hamill's car is paying tribute to Joey Gase's dad back when he raced in the modifieds. The 10-1, it was the most retroist scheme I could find. Row 3 will have Philip Goldberg in the 11 with Denny Hamlin's modified scheme, and Marcus Sachi in the 13 running with Germain Racing's 2008 scheme. Row 4 will have Anthony Lopez, who actually is paying tribute to Dale Earnhardt in his 1978 car, and Dylan Kroom in the 95, running with Casey Kane's colors from 2006 with Dumont Jets in the front of the hood. Row 5 will have Reagan Whitlock paying tribute to Dale Jarrett when he got his first career Cup win in 1990. And Giovanni Castillo is probably the most retro one I could find. It has the old Samsung logo, running the 19 for this race. Then we have Sebastian Kukulon. If you don't already know, this is Dale Earnhardt's scheme from 1995, I believe, the All-Star race. If I had the year wrong, I do apologize, but it is from the All-Star race he ran with Dale Earnhardt. And the 21 Grayson Acevedo. You know this scheme from the 2001 car set for the Menix 18 mod. This is the one that Elliott Sadler drove when he won at Bristol that year. Then Diego Yepes running the Kurt Busch paint scheme from 2003 when he lost to Ricky Craven at this very track by 2/1000ths of a second. And the 18 Ben Goldman paying tribute to Ernie Irvin with the Skittles car. Ryan Butcher running Retro Pepsi in the number 7, and Ezekiel Hines running Dale Jarrett's old paint scheme in the 88 from the Robert Yates days. Then there's the Kroger Clicklist 47 of Joshua Saculli running in tribute to Robert Presley in his car from the Busch series in the 90s. And Eli Bright has decided to go with the 48's black paint scheme from when they got their 200th career win at this track in Hedrick Motorsports, I should say, got their 200th win as an organization at this track in 2012. Then Zachary DeLello, you know the scheme well from Dave Blaney, and Donovan Duthet has decided to go with the exact paint scheme from the very first race at Riverside in the 1970s. It was the first one with STP as its sponsor for the 43 team. And there's Steve Morgan in the 72, paying tribute to Randy LaJoie in the Busch series. And the 6, James Richardson, paying tribute to Mark Martin with the retro design and Roush Racing in general. Then there's Roger Ray paying tribute, of course, to Jeff Burton in the 90s car. And Austin Stitzel with the Rainbow Warrior paint scheme, like he had before in the 90s with Jeff Gordon. Then Sharon Evans running the 78 in a retro paint scheme, a fictitious version of the retro paint scheme, so it pays tribute to, I believe, the Bandit cars. I forgot what they were, but they were like in the 80s and 70s. But anyway, the one car Cullen France is running 50 years of Big Mac, which actually takes its design from Bill Elliott's paint scheme in the 90s when he ran a scheme similar to what the one has in the 90s when McDonald's celebrated its 50th anniversary. Number 2, Billy Bishop, going back to the 1980s with Rusty Wallace's days. And, of course, John Andrews pays tribute to Chase Elliott's nephew, Casey Elliott, and his modified days. Benjamin Miles, 14, paying tribute to Ned Jarrett. And the 37, Evan Hunter, going back to the 1930s from the Bush's Beans design. And Chandler Caudill pays tribute to Davey Allison, Davey Allison's car from 1991, and Cassandra Kirker pays tribute to Neil Bonnet in the 31. with her paint scheme. Josh Drake running Kodiak Melling from the Melling Racing days in the 92. And Carter Friesen running the Loves paint scheme that they've used for the past couple seasons in homage to their very first store they opened in 1981 in Amarillo, Texas. Zachary Fitzwater running the 4-car similar to the Busch beer design, the can design from the 1980s. And Nick Salmon running the Michael Waltrip-like paint scheme, the 15 from 2001. Sport Clips 20 running with Priya McShane, and she'll be running Rick Corelli's paint scheme when he ran in the Truck Series in the 90s. And Pichu running the 90s style Bojangles paint scheme from Derek Cope. And our winner from North Wilkesboro, Christian Vargas, starts in the back today as his paint scheme pays tribute to Bobby Allison. And finally, the 51 Joseph Romanek with a Jacob Company's paint scheme running from the 70s. And I instantly forgot where it was from, but it is a retro paint scheme as well. Those are all the retro schemes running here at Darlington. We ran with them before at North Wilkesboro, but 2 drivers notably changed their retro schemes from the previous race, as I mentioned earlier. But other than that, all 40 cars have retro paint schemes for this one because, of course, this is Darlington Raceway, one of the oldest tracks in NASCAR. So, we're about to get our second retro weekend underway here at Darlington with the command to fire up the engines. I'm so going to see a lot of drivers hitting the wall today and a lot of crashes. That's what Darlington's all known for. Anyway, 8 laps first stage and another 8 laps for the second. And when we reach lap 17, that's when we'll run the third and final stage. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than what North Wilkesboro was. It was a mess there, but we'll see how it goes here at Darlington. Here we go. The Southern 500 is green. Oh no, they're already starting to crash! They're already starting to crash! 13 involved and there's already a pile-up to start off the race. More crashing, they'll race it back, and Alexander Rowe is going to be your leader. Wow. They wasted no time getting on to crashing. There were pit stops in the middle. And after the cycle, Anthony Lopez looks like he has come out first. Only 2 cars out with Marcus Sacchi and Sharona Evans. We're going to get right on to it. We're going to go back to the green immediately. Because we already know what you already know the wrecks here at Darlington. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot, I'm sure of it. And anyway, going back to green next time by here at Darlington. And here we go. Lopez leads the field back to the green flag. Here we go, we're starting to see drivers go in the wall, very close. Goldberg's in, and there's the 21 Acevedo in the wall, very slow. Lopez was in the wall, and now Dylan Kroom is in front. Now Brianna Russell and Ezekiel Hines battle for second. Oh, Russell's in the wall too. And she gets the Darlington stripe. Now she's stuck. She's still stuck in the wall and dropping way back. Better avoid the traffic. And looks like Rowe got held up. Wow, not a good start for Rowe. He had led to the caution before, then the pit stop cycled. And somehow he got bumped in the back. Russell still trying to avoid the wall. Wow. Oh no! Reagan Whitlock is in the wall. More cars smashing the wall now. And Ryan Butcher, by the way, took the lead. And now the lead goes to Derek Hamill. Caution's out. And there's a spin. John Andrews has just went around the race back. So they actually went, I think, 4 laps without causing a yellow, which I'm surprised. But let's see who's going to lead under caution. Looks like Hamill's going to lead under yellow. He's going to hang on. Let's go to John Andrews, see how he got turned. Oh, wow. Contact with Lopez and Giovanni Castillo, and they both went around to bring out the caution. Andrews able to continue, and so is Castillo. And that brought out our second caution. With all this mess, I forgot about the end of stage 1. We just passed it already. I'm going to have to go back to see who's won stage 1, but we're going to go back to green, and we might have a few more laps to run until stage 2 ends. And I think we're going to have 2 more laps to run before the end of stage 2. They will continue to race. There are no stage breaks. They will continue to race even after the stage ends. So Derek Hamill in front. We'll see if he gets the 10 points and the playoff point. Every playoff point now important at this stage. Because we only got a few races left before the World Tour begin. The All-Star Weekend and the World Tour. Well, All-Star Weekend doesn't really matter, but a few races left till the World Tour, and that'll be the home stretch in the regular season. And then we get to the playoffs. Hamill's out in front. Remember, he had led most of the day, North Wolfsboro, and yet he lost in overtime to the 00. And now he's in the wall, and the lead goes to Benjamin Miles. There's Zachary DeLello moving up to 2nd spot. And 3rd is Richardson, and Francis runs 4th. Despite all the wall smashing, I'm surprised that they've had green flag runs like these. Pretty interesting. 12's in the wall now. So is 14. Here comes Richardson trying to slide down for the lead. And he makes the move work. And he might be scoring another playoff point for the team. So now, from here on out, it's just flat out racing. Final 16 laps halfway through in the Southern 500. Who's going to be the one that comes out on top? Francis to the lead as the 6th car in the wall. Man, the leaders just have trouble with the wall there, trying to avoid getting the Darlington stripe, and yet to no avail. I mean, this is, of course, known as the track Too Tough to Tame. Donovan Duthan, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten really a lot of scratches in that different paint scheme he ran like before. 6 continues to struggle as he drops back. 7 dropping back, and the yellow will come out. Francis will be your leader under caution. And again, John Andrews just spun out. Wow. 2nd time this race that the 9 car spins. It has been a terrible day for John Andrews. Got in the wall, and this time, I think it was the wall that turned him. Wow. A really bad day. So it's going to come down the final couple laps here at Darlington. Who's going to be out on top? We'll be back to green with 10 more laps. Here we go. Cullen Francis in the lead. Trying to win for the 2nd time this season, the defending champion. 2 wins would be real nice, and it would really boost his chances to go back to back. And Priya McShane, though, she wants to win and get in the playoffs. And also Cassandra Kirker going for 3rd place. And Kirker is going to get there. And Francis in the wall, and she'll get 2nd as well as McShane is in front. So 2 female drivers running 1-2 in the race. Kirker already has a win as well, so she's already safe in the playoffs. But I'm sure that she wants to win again at Darlington. Pichu's up to third. How about Pichu moving up in the front? Oh, never mind. As the 7-car Ryan Butcher just hit him, just forced him up in the wall. And now he's in the lead. How quick is that? MDev and Butcher work together. Who knew? Oh, now the 7's going to be forced in the wall, and MDev takes it. He leads. Right now, MDev in front. Here comes Yepes. Here comes Goldberg in third. Man, these cars move quick because all of them in the wall. Goldberg just took the lead that quick. Man, races can change in an instant at this track, all because drivers are smacking the wall for no apparent reason. All getting their Darlington stripe tonight. There's the caution with coming to 6 laps to go. I'm not sure if we're going to run another green flag lap. They'll race back to the line. Oh, look at Rowe trying one more charge. Can he get there? He will get there to the line. Alexander Rowe just took the lead away at the line. And now Goldberg in the wall. He had to avoid the wrecked car of Grayson Acevedo. I think he hit him. I think he hit Acevedo. It looked like the 11 just hit him. Right before Acevedo was about to teleport to pit road, the 11 hits him. Wow. That's some serious cheese right there. Wow. And boy, did they wreck a lot. Here's one of the... This is probably the biggest wreck we've seen of the race. I mean, they were getting really tight. Benjamin Miles was getting really loose, and then he just started to crash out the field. Look at this. A huge pile up with a handful of cars involved, and John Andrews involved. As Andrews, this is his 3rd caution he was involved in. It's just been a miserable day for John Andrews, yet he's still fighting to finish the race. My gosh. And the 21, he did not disappear until after Goldberg made contact. I'm not sure why. That's weird logic right there. He just backed up. I don't know. Look, did he just back up on purpose? I don't know if he backed up on purpose. I don't know if he intentionally did that to get the 11 for whatever reason. But he sure got the 11 right here. That was the hit. Right there was the hit. Is it going to affect the 11? Oh, he's going to be on pit road. Yeah, it will. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is just insane. Oh boy. Man, Goldberg is going to be really he's going to be really angry at Acevedo. I'm sure of it. I mean, look at this. This move right here was uncalled for. I don't know how the 11 could not avoid that. He just decided to go up high, and yet somehow Rowe avoided him. And right there was the hit. Right there. Right there. That's the exact moment the 11 and 21 made contact. Wow. That is unbelievable. So, we'll see if we get back to green. The moment of truth. Are we going back to green next time by? It looks like we will. We will have a 2-lap dash under regulation. So this is not an overtime attempt. But if we get a caution before the white flag comes out, then we will run a 2-lap caution-free overtime attempt. With all the wrecking we've seen here at Darlington tonight, the first lap of overtime is surely going to be extreme total chaos if we reach overtime. Wow. It's going to be pretty intense. So here we go. Going back to green with 2 more laps. Rowe is in front. Started on the pole. He's fought back. He's fought in and out. Now he's back in front. But can he survive for another 2 laps? Pace car down to pit road. And just so you know, 29 cars are back on the lead lap. 30 cars are on track overall, with Acevedo somehow surviving although he's 2 laps down. But 2 to go at Darlington. Here we go. So far, Rowe has a good start, but can he hold on? We've seen drivers in the wall a lot tonight. So we'll see if he can stay out of the wall for 2 laps. White flag in the air. He's in the wall. Here comes Sebastian Kukulon to the white flag. And Kukulon is going to take the lead. White flag in the air. Can he hold on? Here comes Francis. They'll battle for the win. Just 2 more turns. 3's in the wall and the 1 is in front. Just 2 more turns for the 1. Can he do it again? Here we go, final corner, in the wall, so is Rowe, and that might be it. And here comes Colin Francis to win at Darlington. Colin Francis has done it, survives, and wins here at Darlington. An incredible finish there as Colin Francis was able to win it. Wow. Yellow came out on the very last lap. Well, if they had wrecked a lap earlier, we would have run overtime. But I'm sure that these drivers are glad that they were able to finish in regulation. And it looks like the caution came for Donovan Douthat. He hit the wall, took out Nick Salmon, and Christian Vargas. And a handful of cars were piled up. But it didn't matter for Colin Francis. He was able to get by Alexander Rowe at the end and was able to hold him off for the race win. So Colin Francis has won again for the 2nd time in season 35. So defending champion has won again, and this time he can cross Darlington off his list of tracks he has not won in. So halfway through the season officially with 18 races now in the books. Hard to believe. We have reached the halfway point of the season. It is so incredible. Thought I'd mention his other win came at Kansas, as I'm updating the winners list now. His other win came at Kansas, so congrats to him on that achievement. So Francis now has 7 career wins in the series, dating back to season 32. Now he's even with Cody Hagan, Austin LaPlante, Jason Trost, former champions Nick Barney and Aaron Williams, Jonathan Skavnicki, remember him, Armando Shazaz, Nick Pericles, and Kev Shearer, who actually got his first career win at this exact track, Darlington, back in season 22. So he's in elite company now with among the former champions Nick Barney and Aaron Williams with 7 career wins in the series. So Francis, congrats to him on joining such elite company with that win. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this race here at Darlington at the track Too Tough to Tame. And next weekend, we'll have a double weekend with the National Series and Cup Series, as they'll be both running at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Auto Club is going to be a lot of fun. Very fast track, very wide track, almost exactly like Michigan. If you saw what Michigan had, you're going to love Auto Club Speedway. It's going to be fun and fast. And then after that, we go to Homestead. All 3 series run at Homestead. And then the Cup Series will be having its annual All-Star race from North Wilkesboro. So we'll be back at North Wilkesboro for the All-Star Weekend, and that's going to be very fun. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this weekend, and we will see you guys next time at Auto Club Speedway.